Ladies and gentlemen, let's review. Well, I review World War Z, the game, and what I think, what I should need to change and such. So let's talk about it. In the background is gameplay of me playing the game for a couple s- spots and such. But anyway, so what I think about the game. It's a good game. Not a great game. Not a shitty game. And I got jump. Um so story, it's not that major. And video games are stories and stuff are not that big for me. Um but interesting that they have right now four parts of four different characters in a different different big cities and such. Um, the characters are, some of them are okay, some of them and some of them are they're pretty badass. Um, for backstories and stuff, it's not anything that major and stuff. It's just something what if you more like them or something, and I do some of them. Um, the only problem is for these characters mix and match with other characters and stuff, especially like Jerusalem and stuff. They're not like I know they're military. They you know they have like a job first, then relationship after. But some other big the other levels and such with these characters, they're not much like not not talk to each other, just like focus on like survival and such. It makes sense, but it's still only I think the Russian group and the Tokyo group get a little bit talking and arguing at each other. Not not much like information and such. Um, I think that's all I can think about the story group. The the details in the gameplay, like the graphics and such, the, the realistic of the game, and all that. The game is the graphics, the look of it. It's not that bad. It looks. It's not like too realistic or not too not realistic. It's just right. You know, I hate like the new games that are more focused on like the realistic of the game, make it so fucking real and stuff. It just could make the game just fun and such. They don't have to be super serious of the story or super serious of like realistic and stuff. This is the kind of stuff that look great. Um, the characters look great. The zombies are really unique looking, especially the specials when they like they the gameplay are based on Left 4 Dead, and some of them are like zombies are like affected by like their addiction and stuff, smoking, steroids and such. For this game is all like people like the workers, like this bull guy that's dressed up like a police officer or like armored police officer, big brute and stuff, and be as a charger and stuff in the game is kind of unique. Except the lurker that wearing just wearing a pants and stuff, and be like a jumper. either he's supposed to be like a criminal or a just like an athlete and stuff, like a b-ball player and stuff. Makes sense. Makes sense if that guy is supposed to be once a b-ball player, a basketball player, because they always enjoy jumping. So uh, I make this like freaking long. And make it like a bunch of clips and such, very long. But so the graphics are very good. The details in the game is pretty good. Um, so next the gameplay. The gameplay is something unique, but it's similar. Say again, it's like left. It's based on Left 4 Dead, and I play games like it, like Vermintide 1 and 2, and Alien Defense and such. Have like nothing much special for that one. But this game is kind of unique as it's I don't know for any other games that they have this third person thing. Usually in like shooting games and stuff, it's always first person because you get more better aim and stuff than the third person. Third person is always good for you be as a melee guy or something. They do have melee, but nothing much, and that's one thing I want. They need, but I will talk about it later. So yeah, the third person view and stuff, and the game control, it's a little bit, like it's kind of like a little bit can. It's hard to control, but it's got easy at the start. Just shooting left and right, and enemies near, and that's it. Um, and then they have like classes and such. It's somewhat unique. Only classes that I got, like the other only game they have classes, and it's like this like objective survival game play is Vermintide 2 and their like version. I'm sure that at some point I have a chance to talk to versus, like I say, a versus video about who which was more better, War Z or Vermintide 2. Um, but anyway, it's unique that after you level up, then you have to buy it and such after. It's kind of cool that have like perks that help your class more better time the time when you do more difficult levels, and also that's also I need to talk about too about that. But if you like don't like the weapon you had for the starter, you can switch it for more better. You could stay at until like you get a better weapon, like a third perk, I mean a third tier weapon, or just stay there as long as you want. It's kind of cool, but you still you want to have like variety weapons now and then. For me, um, let me see what else to talk about. I'm gonna stop here, and I think I never remember now is the weapons stuff. The weapons system. Weapon system when you upgrade weapons and such. It's kind of somewhat stupid, I guess. Unlike the class upgrade system, when you the difference between those is when you level a weapon, you have to buy or upgrade the weapon to improve the weapon more to get more better upgrades and such. And it's somewhat stupid if you just like upgrade your weapon, and and then just keep going with the weapon until you have the right weapon. Not buy the then have to buy the weapon when after you upgrade it. What am I trying to say? When you like level up the weapon, and then you have to buy it, buy one of these like I gotta say perk trees and stuff. I gotta say to go to the next one. They should have just like you got the first level, keep going to get the second, and hopefully you get a better one. Level up when you get a perk and stuff. You can just keep going how long you want, and you upgrade after if you feel like it and such. But not the weapons. They should have a little bit fixed that. And there's not much. There's some weapons that you can upgrade, and some weapons that you can't. Like if you're seeing right now, using a Magnum pistol and such. That's cannot upgrade. Hopefully, in the future they add weapons that have upgrades, especially the heavy weapons. Heavy weapons are, if you see right now, we're using a saw and other weapons that you cannot. Well, you can't upgrade it if they're the class perk. Like I'm a slasher, and slasher get a little bit extra gas for my saw, and I can equip it at the start. So, you cannot refill ammo and such for these heavy weapons. Except if in case they have like similar weapon you have. There's not a chainsaw, switch from that one. Um, but they change weapons and such, especially weapons and such. There's only somewhat two of them. One that everyone have, that machete thing that it's just used from that somewhat fake possum zombie. I guess I'll say that. Um, and the chainsaw. That's the only two weapons out. Hopefully, in the future, they are adding new weapons such every month, but hopefully they add melee weapons that you be similar like secondhand, like a secondhand or a like the main weapons and such. That it's good, maybe good for classes like the slasher that you're seeing right now. Um, like let's say what's a good weapon? Like a police officer's shield and stuff. If they had that in the game, you get like great defense, block main enemies if you want, batching you through. It's great offense and defense weapon for you. And I know some people are like, well, the reason that most games have guns, mostly have guns, is because these days the range and distance and stuff, you don't get less damage, you don't more likely get killed than up close and stuff. Yeah, range weapons have like advantage and stuff. Melee weapons still have advantage because of the close range and stuff, and you do multiple slashes and such side and side. For this type of game and stuff, in the games I have played in the past, the melee is good for you have multiple hits and such. And the only good melee weapon right now is the heavy weapon. The standard machete attack, it only do one at a time. They should make it do more slashing to 2 or 3 zombies at a time, especially this kind of game, or a bunch of zombies coming towards you, and your range weapon cannot do like one shot and stuff. And that's why a shotgun is more useful than any other weapon in any zombie movie games and such, for my opinion. But um, for millions like games that have like zombie apocalypse and stuff with melee and such, and it also is good for if case you want to do some stealthing and such. That's so that's like somewhat sneaking, and I forgot to talk about that because like sneaking around the beginning of it and such mostly. What's the point of sneaking? You have like this like stealth pistol that, by the way, that when you buy this golden pack, it's like a Nolan pack, where some of the weapons have like this golden skin, and so they it's an improved weapon upgrade too. That you and the golden they have like a golden pistol that don't have like the silencer. They shouldn't even fix that in this case. Like, oh, this is an awesome pistol, but you will lose your silencer thing, and it's somewhat stupid. But yeah, stealthing around, it's kind of like stupid in this gameplay. You just go out and just kill how many people you get. But back on the slasher and stuff, I'm gonna show a clip with Killing Floor 2's Berserker, and that Berserker class and stuff is more better than the slasher, because slasher perks, honestly, they mostly focus on the stun. Sorry there, stunner. And funny enough, the Berserk, you chuck like a grenade that do like this electric ball and such to make like like someone like confuse the Zids in that game. And similar enough, similar like the stunner and stuff. So Berserker, it's like a tanky motherfucker that can like take lots of damage and get back up his feet and do multiple.
Chop me, chop.
The guy, that class is supposed to be the guy. The guy just like take all the damage, enemies focus on him, so the enemies don't get least damage, and take care of like bigger enemies and such. But yeah, it's War Z and Killing Floor. They don't those two a little bit different, but still, a slasher and berserker. Difference the berserker class have like perks and such that are very useful for all like slashing and all that stuff. But it's still but it's always mostly focused on the stunner weapon than the slashing and such. That's, they should a little bit fix that to make it more the slashers more important in that class. Um, yeah. So yeah, new weapons, especially a melee weapon, and so they should add like a flamethrower in that game. That mostly it would probably be as a heavy weapon, but that'd be cool. It could be in the game. But any other weapons and such, would be cool too. This is got me prediction. Oh yeah, they in like the character profile and such. There's only two characters that use like a fire axe. The fireman dude have a fire axe, and one of the Tokyo characters have a katana-like weapon that those two are usually deal damage and such. So they might have add those weapons, but they probably will be skins for the BS replacing your machete weapon. But please use those as a secondary weapon or primary weapon. But anywho, yeah, the gameplay is okay-ish, I guess say. Not the worst. What else to talk about? I guess let's talk about enemies and stuff. The enemies are very interesting. They're very fast and speedy. They're based on like that, based on that, they're based on the movie, of course. In the movie, that the zombies are very fast. I didn't see the movie, but it's like saw like a bit once ago that the zombies are very faster than the usual movies zombies, where they're freaking slow. But the number game will care, like the number will deal with that. But it doesn't matter speed and slowness. It's always the number game. It always wins over end of the whole game, especially this game. So, and I think they're pretty, very smart for like the dead and such. Like that time when some zombies are playing possum and such. I don't know, they just got nothing to do and just like sit around, but they probably like did in case a regular person will come in over and get got and such. And they dodge your bullets sometimes too. Climbing like pile of zombies climbing the wall and such. It's kind of a little bit weird, I gotta say, because of like well, I'm gonna talk about this enemy. This wasn't that enemy like there's like enemy turrets and C4 or Claymore. Sorry, Claymore is totally different. Add those for like other danger in the game. But back on the zombies, that they're fast, speedy, and have like number game, and that's the whole problem in this game is the number game. And it's fine, but when it's like higher difficulty and such, it really is the worst. But I'll save that difficult part later. um, the special enemies are very awesome. They always have like this hunter enemy that sneak out of the corner and attack you. There's not yet a tanky enemy, but hopefully they will have a enemy that do be a like a tank. Right now, the bull is the tanky-ish. No, not tankly. The tankiest. You can like easily kill it when you hit the back part. And that's also cool that the bull weakness is actually the bat because there's a nice big chunk of armor and flesh and clothing missing from the back, and just showing the spine of the bull. And if you destroy the spine, the zombie's like dead. Usually, people think the head is the weakness, but don't forget the spine is also it's like part of the brain and such. If you remove that, it's completely dead. So, for other enemies, the gas enemy is somewhat the useless. Like it's not the dangerous one, but it's more like dangerous when you kill it, and it's just puff of smoke come around the whole area. And it kind of sucks when you kill a zombie near like an item or a character or your player got dropped that you need to grab and stuff. But it's like, oh fuck, you have to take like 10 seconds until that fucker be puff of green smoke gones. Um, and then lurker, fuck's sakes, lurker is not that it's always like that one enemy is just like around the corner will get you and stuff if you're solo. It's just like you have to be really aware from it as such. And he's kind of like a regular dude in a bunch of pack if you don't notice him. But like in solo you recognize him. from like his sport pants and stuff and shortless kind of guy and burnt face. I don't know why he had burnt face, but that's a lurker. The bull, like the bull, is like the worst that you need to aware of and such. But he's not like the kind of enemy that you like. The kind of enemy you know his weakness is the back. You just need him in the back some way. Um, Next enemy I guess say is the Effector, the newest enemy in the game, the Spitter. The Spitter, it's kind of like the Spitter is not like the worst, but the kind of enemy that you need to take out because it will spit you, and at some point it will turn instantly kill you, and you turn one you into a zombie and such. You It's kind of like you need to get the fucker out of there so you keep going. But when you get spit, well, you have to wipe it down quickly before you get infected. But millions of Zeds will fucking like on your ass and stuff. It's kind of like a worst kind of time and place to have a spitter. That's why you see the fucker, just quickly kill it. And then the last special that's kind of like a special is the Screamer. That is not like it's not like the dangerous from your team. Just like they add like more and more zombies coming at you and stuff. Add more and more zombies coming towards you. You gotta like get that fucker out of the way before it gives you a tougher pickle that you cannot swim out from. So all the special enemies and such are they very. They always have like all the specials have like one unique each other and such, and hopefully in the future they have more enemies that somewhat more dangerous than others, but they have some way it will fuck you. Like the gas guy is got to just clear the area. You cannot get the stuff. It's hard to do. The bullet's a tankiest motherfucker that takes one of your teams out running, and then the lurker's just like hides in the corner at some point and deal lots of damage, so then you cannot get up. And finally, I guess the weird part when usually the maps and stuff have like these like three missions and stuff, except Tokyo when I just got it and such, they don't have like a third map to finish it up. But when the update comes, they add the new map and add like the new enemy. I said. So hopefully it said next month, but hopefully they do make it lots better. But I will not play it again. And like some point, maybe some point if I feel like, well, I got nothing else, no other games to play. I guess I will play World War Z or any other game that I like to play, could continue and finish it. Um, so I think now we'll talk about the difficult part. The difficult is like somewhat. I only go up to hard and that's it. Because when you hit hard, oh ho ho ho, when it says it's hard, it's freaking hard. From like my past games that have harder difficulties and such, like Vermintide 2, I say that. Easy is when you get like not for tough enemies, not much enemies that you need to deal. But tougher enemies, and you get like items and stuff. I blank out. Not much enemies and not much they're not that strong. The normal, it's like okay, you have like you lose one item, and all enemies have more and tougher and stuff. And then hard is I don't remember if Vermintide 2 if friendly fire and stuff. I think no, that's like the super hardest ones. But where no items, all the enemies are basically average. And then one of the really difficult ones comes like all the same stuff, but also every time you do range damage and such, you will may or may not have may have like damage towards your allies and such. For this game, is like the damage you get damage to your allies even easy. You still get a meta pack in normal, but not normal. Yeah, normal to easy. But when it's hard, oh boy, it's really hard. Especially you try to defend, and usually when you try to defend is if you get overrun or a special enemy will come up and grab you, snatch you away from your enemy's allies, and really difficult. It's really difficult. But when you like level up your class, it got more easier. But I don't like when I still don't want to do like the really hard difficulties because of these like leveling up certain up ways and stuff make it more easier for hard. But what happens if we do that very hard stuff? That I'm really somewhat scared. And I don't know what's the point of doing like really hard difficulties or not. Unlike Vermintide 2, where what the heck is that? Magnificence cannot violate. What the fuck? Never mind. Um, for I gotta stop here, but all right. So some reason that SHAREfactory thing say something and got a little bit got me a little bit scared, so I need to save the project in case I fucked it. So what I fucking said something about difficulty, right? Um, Usually when you go high difficulty, is usually you get more experience or get more items and stuff, or something. Usually dif- difficulty means you have like a challenge stuff for some people, but I don't think if something worth something towards the end, I know XP experience all that, but still you can't do it like any other average and stuff. And when you like if you full level and stuff, what's the point to doing it all over again? Um, in Vermintide 2, have like some item that make it more difficult to upgrade levels and stuff. And at some point, some point I will make a video of Vermintide 2 versus World War Z and stuff, because both of them are similar, have their own level up system, enemies, blah 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 and such. We'll talk about that at some point. But for the difficult stuff, it's like bloody hard if you're like aware of it and stuff. But it's still like hard when it getting overrun from enemies. Usually when I usually like you get down and stuff and get back up, and there's like a healing item. Well, you gotta have to heal yourself up, and then just like instantly, instantly, then just like wait until like the last. Wait till like if you see the next healing item and stuff in the game, and it's actually there's only one item in there. You gotta like heal up because some point in chance your whole team will get down and you're only one left, and you you still cannot heal right at this moment. that weird thing I did with the bull. Um, I think that's what I'm thinking. One more gameplay they add is that breaching charge is a kind of somewhat like similar towards like Final Fantasy 2's Grimbox, but usually it's for the things in the game in the survival match or survival mission that are used for a chance for survival. Usually I use those tiers like the N or like there's like a defense thing you have to do like right here. And if you find a breach charge, save it until towards the end or towards defense and stuff. You have like more better chance and stuff. It's kind of like that breaching charge like choose wisely kind of thing. Same with other items in the game. And there's some classes there's a perk where you get a breaching charge and such at the start. But like the whole team will get one, but you cannot pick up the one that you have. And there's some missions. Well, I think there's only one that you need a breaching charge to destroy it, and they give you a free one, but it's still you need to you still need do it and such. Um, yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. The gameplay version, or the store play version, or the P versus E, or the survival game story mode, whatever. That's what I think of it. The thing of it is really interesting, but it's not that new kind of game because of the past. But it's still unique. Very challenging for anybody. So I'm gonna also cut the gameplay and then get straight to multiplayer and talk about that a bit. Alright, now the multiplayer. Let's talk about the multiplayer. The multiplayer is, sometimes it's not. It's okay, but it's not like right home about it. Honestly, somewhat. It's a little bit rage inducing when like some like players that are already up to max level of their classes and such. Then they have like their own like class system and such. They don't have a slasher with the ferocious warrior, that chainsaw thing. They should add that game. It'd be freaking fun to chop like players and such. But it's so difficult because some of these maps are not wide open and such. I kind of like maps with wide open, so it's like if you deal some damage and stuff, the players will like run off, heal in the corner, and just like pop out and hide. It's so difficult sometimes, and that's why I hate I hate the game when the players like like if you see the health bar is like none health left, but they're still going, and you got like one more hit, and they're still alive, and you're dead afterwards. And it's so stupid sometimes with these guns and such. The reason for zombies and stuff, it's just like two or one shots for them, except specials. But see, and like see that's so bull. The multiplayer is really a raging game for it's, and so when I say at the beginning, like the controls are a little bit wonky in easy. Well, but it start easy and stuff, but player versus player, it's hard for control to aim at the person and then shoot them afterwards. There's no auto aim too. It's kind of somewhat sucks. And I play a multiplayer game that's have like aiming, aka Star Wars, that you aim at the person and shoot damage and stuff. Usually, usually a game, usually that kind of game, it's only like missing is usually like, oh, I missed a couple times because I choose the good spots and such. Basically, for this game, it's like aim at the person, deal less damage, but inch of health, and they just run off, and you cannot miss the kill and such. It's so stupid sometimes, and especially stupid when you do when some point you get like a heavy weapon in a certain amount of time. And if you like, they have like a timer, and if you switch for your basic weapons and such, that will be gone until your bar will comes back up. They could just make it that gun will be stay there until the ammo's gone, and then you reset your thing, and you get one item to chuck and such. And the classes is well, classes are shorter than the story one, but it's somewhat stupid when you level up and you have to buy them, like the story mode. But you can't do it while you like waiting for a match and stuff, and that's kind of really stupid. After you complete a mission, you have to leave to get the thing and come back with different random people and somewhat more better than you. And could I just stay there? Could stay at the server and fucking and can like pick and choose perks and such. There's only one two perks that you can choose for your perk tree and such, and that's kind of so much stupid. But yeah, it's just like could need to change it for every time you in a server with a couple dudes, you can just still make classes and such. And so the modes and stuff, there's only a few of them. They're not much right how them out. Some are similar. King a hill, captures the zone, deathmatch are pretty similar. And the only other game that different that I tried is that raiding thing where you pick up items and such. And I tried it once and I'm never gonna try that again. But they could try to do something similar, like do something different, like have collect a bunch of swarms and such for points and such. Whoever collect more zombies and such points who win. And add like special enemies in the game for regular modes to be a little bit. Oh, watch out! There's a fucking bull. Usually that would be usually that will fuck you or fuck them and stuff. They'd be more fun than a regular PvP that just adds zombies when usually waves come in and out to mess you or your enemy's team, and that's pretty much it. So multiplayer is bad in certain stands. So I give the game just a 7. It's a good game, but it could be a little bit better. But could be get better over it comes. But still, 7. So enjoy the rest of the